Hello, you wonderful people. So, currently there's a bit of a situation. I mean, I hate using the term situation, but it's something that I feel like was kind of minuscule in the beginning, but then it kind of blew up into something bigger. Basically, without turning it into an extremely long story, basically there's been multiple noise complaints about our apartment just because of kind of the kids in the apartment. There are literally 4 kids in this apartment most of the time. 3 of them, obviously, they're old enough to know that they shouldn't be running around and like bouncing around, but one's a 2-year-old, so she likes to run and bounce, especially when she gets pissed off. She likes to jump up and down, and that's kind of the biggest problem where most of the noise is coming from. So, but I wish, like, I'm not saying the person doesn't have validity, like, to have the complaints that they do, but it's like, I wish they were a little bit more sympathetic, because we were sympathetic from the beginning because of their situation, which I'm not going to go into, because like I said, that's their business. I'm not going to put their business on blast like that, but it's like sympathetic of your situation, but since then the person has done things, it's kind of like, that's not a very rational thing to do, like, in that type of situation. I mean, it's like, because not only did they do that non-rational thing once, they actually did it twice. One time has been pretty recent too, like maybe like a week or 2 ago, but I don't know. I feel like the person thinks we're trying to be spiteful. It's just like, oh, 1 complaint, 2 complaints, like, oh, now we're just going to like fuck with your life or something. It's like, it's not even like that. It's just like when all 4 of them get together, they kind of lose their shit. It's just like, you know, I feel like kids do that in general. When they're around each other, they get a little wilder, because like, I mean, if you were to separate each one, like separate my nieces from my nephew, or just you have 1 or 2 at a time, they do not make nearly as much noise as when they're together. So basically, if they're by themselves, they'll just go into the rooms, watch TV, just chill, relax. You know, they'll come out, might play with their toys and stuff, but they never get like crazy out of hand. But when they're together, they play around too much, especially with my 2-year-old niece, and that just kind of turns into problems. You know, I feel like she's at that age. I feel like you could argue like she kind of understands what she's doing, but I feel like she doesn't. She's still young to the point she doesn't really understand, okay, I shouldn't be running an apartment, and anytime I get upset, I shouldn't be jumping up and down. You know, she's young, so she doesn't really understand that. She doesn't have that comprehension yet. At least I don't think so. At her age, she does comprehend a lot more than I give her credit for, so that's why I'm kind of like, she kind of knows what she's doing, I think. Kind of the reason why I bring this up is because of the whole situation, like, being what it is, I've become super reluctant to upload videos on my other channel. Because a long time ago, like I think at this point, and the time of recording this, it was like 4 months ago, I was talking about doing new vocal covers on my channel. If you didn't know, that's what I do. I play music and I sing over. I'm terrible, shitty. It's not really worth checking out, but that's what I do. I enjoy doing it because it's fun to do, because I like singing the songs I like, you know. So, but because, you know, it involves me being loud, I've been super reluctant to do it now, especially because I do mostly like post-hardcore metalcore stuff, so it's usually me screaming. So that's kind of one reason why I'm super reluctant about doing it. And that's the thing though, with the situation as it is, because it's escalated even more, like, I don't even know if there will ever be a point where I'll be comfortable enough to do it. Because the problem is, I was already super reluctant about doing it because like noise was always a worry of mine. It never came up previously, so I was like, okay, maybe it's not disturbing anyone, because most times I do it in the middle of the day, so maybe most people at work. So that's my rationale to it, but I'm sure there are plenty of people who could hear me up here. Now that I think about it, it's kind of interesting that the person who had lived, the previous tenant that lived below us, didn't really have any complaints, but you know, it's like maybe they did and he just never voiced them. So I don't know. Like, I wish I could be a little bit more empathetic. I was sympathetic, and that's kind of dwindled away. I'm still there. I was like, I understand we're loud. We're not trying to be. I just wish you could understand that. But maybe they do, and they just had enough. Like I said, they have their own situation, so, you know. But I can never be empathetic because I'm me. I don't like confrontation. If there was noise, I wouldn't say anything. I was like, I'll just let it go on. It doesn't really bother me much, you know, because like most of the damn day I'm laying about like with my headphones in my ears anyway, so it's not like there's much to really bother me. But you know, like I said, when there's noise coming from your ceiling, I guess it's a completely different thing. Anyway, that's all I really want to say. Like always, the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy a good day, and goodbye.